Hello everyone, and welcome to Just Tully. I'm Tully. Today I'm gonna talk about the second book of the trilogy. Um, it's Dark Force, Star Wars Dark Force Rising by Timothy Zahn. And it's right here on screen, the image, the cover image of the book. So the kind of the preview of the book reads: the Dain Empire's most cunning and ruthless warlord, Grand Admiral Throne, has taken command of the remnants of the Imperial fleet and launched a massive campaign aimed at the New Republic destruction. Meanwhile, Han and Lando Calrissian race against time to find proof of the treason inside the highest Republic Council, only to discover instead a ghostly fleet of warships that could bring doom to their friends and victory to their enemies. Yet most dangerous of all is a new dark Jedi, risen from the ashes of a shrouded past, consumed by the bitterness and scheming to corrupt Luke Skywalker to the dark side. Bah, bah, bah. Okay, so this book, out of the three, it's not as great. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. The story is awesome, so it's good, but it's not as good as the other three. It just it continuation of the story. It kind of moves the story along. This not um, nothing too exciting in my opinion, like happens in this particular book. Yes, there's action and stuff, but nothing like insanely great. Um, so in this book, like it says, Thrawn just continuing to do his thing, and he's looking for ships, and he's going after the Katana fleet. It's like 200 um, dreadnoughts that were lost during Clone Wars, right? I think it's like it's a Katana fleet. Let me look it up. Maybe there's an image. Katana fleet. Images. So I guess something like that. Yeah, something like this. Like, I guess boring ships. Yeah, not really like insane warships, but yeah, good for transport maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so he's looking for ships. He's also, as they'll discover towards the end, he's developing clones. He's growing them quickly. Alright? At the same time, uh, Luke finds out that there's a Jedi out there, and you know, Joris Kaboth, you know, he's out there, and maybe he's calling out or whatever to him through the Force, and he goes looking for him, right? Like doing research or whatever. Um, at the same time, Leia, she decides to go to uh, uh, Hanagar. Oh, like difficult to pronounce it. Hanagar, uh, the birthplace of Nagri people, to try to convince them to switch to the Republic side, right? So that story I really like where she goes to Hanagar and tries to convince them. It's it's interesting because I still don't understand why they're serving. They're so committed. Um, I get why they're committed to the Empire. They don't have a choice in terms of supplies and stuff because they keeping them as slaves. I get it, but I don't get why they're willing to die for like for the way for Luke Skywalker and Leia Skywalker. I mean Leia Solo. I don't get it, but whatever. So it's kind of fun to see like the way the the secret is revealed on Hanukkah, the lie that the Empire created in terms of killing the planet or like keeping it like in that state. Um, it's also interesting to see how like powerful the fighters they are, that they're able to fight off Wookiees, and like they're pretty small, but yet they're able to fight them off pretty easily. They're more about style of fighting rather than brute strength, which is really cool. I like that, and like there's this subtle kind of subtle facts about this, that like Wookiees, they're like, there's strength to them and they're like brute force. That's the way they fight. And then you have Nagri, who are um, like elegant fighters, like really strong, but like they're about technique and like all that stuff. But you also have like in other books you have Mistral, I think, and they're even more technical in terms of fighting, which is like they take it to another level, and they don't have the force. They're just regular people, so that's pretty cool, in my opinion. Yeah. So in the end, I mean, Luke Skywalker, he finds the Jedi. He tries to switch him uh, um, to the dark side. Luke knows that something's wrong, or that something's wrong with the master. At the same time, uh, Talon Karde, he gets caught by Thrawn, and Mara Jade, she goes to get Luke Skywalker to rescue Talon Karde. So like a part of the book is like they get on the Chimera, Thrawn's ship, and sneak around, um, free Karde, Talon Karde, free him, and escape in the Falcon. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. Um, they also find um, the the Delta source, I believe it's called, which is what was leaking information from the Republic. It's this enhanced type of technology inside the plant. That's kind of cool. That's how Emperor was able to get all the information. Yeah. So Karde, who knew coordinates for Katana fleet, he decides to take everyone to the fleet, uh, and that's where they fight some of the Imperials, and that's where they discovered the clones. The it's interesting how they describe the clones, like where Luke kind of feels the buzzing. That's kind of interesting to me. Like, how is he able to, like, if he feels the buzzing in his head like all the time, like if it's a lot of clones, like describe it as like when he reaches out and he feels them, this buzzing. So if it's a lot of clones, then obviously a lot of buzzing. So how's he able to concentrate to use the force? I'm kind of curious. Like, I don't know. Maybe he only feels the buzzing when he reaches out to the mind, or he just feels it. Like, I don't know, like some vibration through the force. It's something I always wondered. I don't know. Um, yeah, so there's just like some fighting. They destroy, I think, one or two ships. There's also some like political play, which is it's okay. It's not the most exciting. That's why I'm not really gonna discuss it. It's just that a Bothan, Fela, I think Flayla, he's trying to take power, and that's his species. So that's what they're about. They're about taking power. So yeah, so that's what that's about. Um, there's always some kind of political play in good Star Wars books, and it's always complex. And thing is, like, for me personally, it's not the most exciting part of it, but I think it fills in some necessary gaps in the story, because otherwise it would just be force and fighting. But I think there needs to be like some like I don't know, binding agent between like the force, the action, the like, I don't know, to humanize it, I guess, maybe to bring it back to like from the stars, from the galaxy, from like far away, whatever, to kind of bring it back um, to our reality, so that maybe like people can relate to it. So that's kind of my opinion on that. So they bring in like things that like every society has: politics, like what drives people to do what they do, like in politics, and like, you know, so people can relate, because they see like what's going on in politics, so they're able to actually relate to their, to what they see in real life. So yeah, and that's kind of binding agent between Star Wars universe and our life. And that's how our minds are able to kind of link together. So that's my opinion. I don't know if uh, put in the comment if you disagree or agree or whatever. Yeah. Also, I wanted to say it's it's kind of strange that like that Throne doesn't like find out quickly that Nagri like betrayed him. It's That's the part that's kind of strange to me. Like that they were able to somehow like betray him, but he basically takes their word that everything's fine. Like, he seems to be like the smartest of the smart, and he seems to predict everything, and he doesn't take anything for granted. He doesn't trust anyone. He knows that like people have their evils. He can like whatever, but like he basically trusted and agreed like 100% that they can do no wrong, like 100%, and then they betrayed him. So that's really strange to me. Um, I don't know. Maybe like the emperor told him that, okay, they're gonna do like everything for you no matter what. Like, do your thing. Like, you can trust them. But like he didn't. He probably didn't trust the emperor. No way. So like, yeah. What else? Let's see. What else can I put in this video? Uh, they discovered that General Garn Bel Iblis is alive. is the general from the Alliance. It becomes important part later on, part of the rebellion, which is nice. Um, it's a solid book. Just there's nothing insanely exciting in terms of story arc or kind of um, like progression. I don't think it's the Nagri that I love the part about the Nagri. That was awesome. Like the whole like Leia going to the Nagri. I love that. But like in terms of like character progression, there's not much. I wouldn't say there's much to it. Um, yeah, in the next one, yeah, but not this one. This one is just like a solid Dark Force Rising, which you definitely need to read. I recommend it. So please uh, put a like, subscribe, put in a comment if you want. All right, have a good day.